Hey Canucks fans, welcome. Welcome. What a game. I'm just going to set this up real quick. Thanks for being here. I just want to make sure that we're live and we are rocking. I think we are.
You want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days
Not sure why this guy's talking. Hold on.
Weight? Because it never has. And I know that's hard to...
All right. Working out the kinks a little bit, but I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Right.
Oh, I guess I got to...
But I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
I got to turn the sound off this thing, right?
I guess I got to... But I'm glad you're here.
Okay, let's try this. Okay, are we live? Yeah, I tried to work out my kinks in my preseason debut on Monday night, but we'll make it work. Okay, hey everyone. I am Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live, post-game live stream. The Canucks defeat the Edmonton Oilers 5-3 in game number 1 of this 56-game season. We got lots to talk about. Brock Besser, 2 goals. Niels Hoglander, beautiful goal. Although, maybe robbed of an assist. I still think he should have got a second assist on that first Canucks goal. And I think there are a lot of really good things about this team. I thought Holtby was great, especially in his debut. I thought Nate Schmidt was okay. Wasn't anything too crazy, too special. But he was solid. Thought Travis Hamonic struggled a little bit, admittedly. And remember, the guy hasn't played. A full game in 11 months. So I think we got to cut him a little bit of slack that way. But But overall, I thought the new guys played well. I thought Juolevi was fine. I thought he was fine. He wasn't. It wasn't the strongest performance, but I thought his first period was good. The second period, yeah, sure, he got kind of beat on that goal. It got stripped of the puck, but you're playing against some of the best players in the league, and Draisaitl especially, who's the one who stripped him. So overall, I thought Juolevi was fine, but I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. I'm thrilled because the Canucks won. I'm thrilled because you're here. I'm thrilled because my stream hasn't crapped out on me already, and we're already 5 minutes in. And I forgot to say this, and then I'll calm down because I want to make sure everything was going. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Like this video if you haven't liked this already. And like the video if you like the fact that the Canucks won. And I always say, no matter where you are, if you're in Steveston and Richmond like me, if you're in the Lower Mainland, in the province of BC, in the country of Canada, on the continent of North America, or anywhere around the world, I appreciate you and I am very glad that you are here. I do not take you for granted and I want you guys to know that. Okay, so I'm set up now. I got my cup, my cup that my lovely wife Gail made for me. I'm not in my office, so I had to kind of jig things. My microphone's off to the side, but I trust that you can hear everything as well. Okay, so there's no way, and this is a good problem to have, there's no way that I'm going to keep up on all the comments and everything, because I learned on Monday night that I simply can't do that. I simply can't keep up with the comments as much as I love to. So right away, I want to say thank you. And if I don't get to your comments, please, I know you won't be offended. You guys are too mature for that. But I can't get to every single comment. So I'll give a couple more reflections on the game itself, and then I will try my best to answer. And then there might be a point where you guys know where I will start to answer questions only. But let's not get there yet. I just simply might not read every single comment today because I see them flowing as I continue to blab. So once again, thank you for being here. Chat amongst each other, that's fine. But really, tell me what stood out. Tell me what stood out for the Canucks' performance for you. They closed the gap on the faceoffs. Edmonton won 52% of the faceoffs. Canucks won 48. Canucks outshot Edmonton 35-31. Canucks killed off all 4 penalties that they took, all 4 power plays for Edmonton. Canucks didn't score on their 2 chances. They even in hits, 19-18 for Vancouver, blocks 17-14 for Edmonton, and giveaways 10-6. Edmonton had more, but overall, yeah, Besser 2 points, Horvat 2 points, Hoglander with the 1, PD with the 1, Roussel with an assist on the Gaudette goal. You had Pearson with 2 assists, both of them beautiful assists. Gaudette with his goal. Then on the back end, Hamnick had an assist, and Quinn Hughes had 2 assists. The most amazing one was the one that he did from his rear end after Mott did a really good job of keeping the puck in the blue line and without giving away, giving away a 2-0, which could have been a complete difference maker. Okay, I'm going to try and get to the comments, and we'll see. I'll react to the ones that I can, and then we will go from there. So someone said 9 is my bedtime. Well, I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, it was pretty crazy actually. My routine after the game was I posted my haiku. Then I did my post-game vlog, thumbnail for that, uploaded that vlog onto both Twitter and YouTube, and now I'm here with you right now for the next, hopefully, 45 minutes or so. Love Hoglander's game. Yeah, we won. Waiting here. Thank you. So everyone who is waiting, I thought we were supposed to be the worst in last season. Well, not yet. I think our defense is better. I think Hoglander is going to make people forget about Toffoli, with all due respect to Toffoli. And I'd say, yes, our D is better. Our forwards might be just as good. And if Holtby can play well, he doesn't have to replace Markstrom, but if he can play well and Demko continues his development, I think we are going to be better than last year. I really do. Hughes with the winning assist of the year. Yeah, it could be the assist of the year in the very first night of the season. And this is without JT Miller. You got it. Trade Besser. Boy was looking sharp. I think I can get through the comments as long as I don't read who said it all the time. But I don't know if you guys like it when I say your name, but you guys know what you said. Hoglander, people are excited. Elfrin says, great win tonight. Hoglander's first goal. We respond quickly to the Edmonton goals. Bottom 6 having their looks. Tonight, Horvat, Pearson, Hoglander line on fire. And Hughes sit down pass to Besser. All good things. Hoglander, people are glad hockey's back. Was it me or was Schmidt kind of invisible tonight? Yeah, Fuego, I think that's fair. You didn't notice him either way. Like, he didn't make an impact on the offensive end. He didn't really do anything poorly on the defensive end. I said in my post-game vlog that Hamnick...
fastest route takes about 9 minutes.
Alexa, be quiet. I don't know why my Alexa went off. Hamnick struggled a little bit, but like I said, you could tell he hadn't played in 11 months. So I'm not worried about... and he had the unenviable task of shutting down Connor McDavid for a lot of it. No defense on Horvat's goal. Yeah, that was weird. Besser was fire. Let's go. Isn't me or is our fourth line super scary? Yeah, they are. They had a poor first period. They had an amazing second period. And then they had a poor third period again. So that fourth line, as much as I like Mott, they're just not that good. Pekka Sports. Yep, a lot of excitement. And this is when I was kind of blabbing, trying to get going. Holtby is noticeably more positional and tight in his crease than Markstrom and Demko. Yeah, Justin, I wouldn't say he's more position. He reminded me of Demko. You remember how calm Demko was against Vegas? I saw a lot of that in Holtby as well. So that tells me that's an Ian Clark thing, that the goaltending coach. Hogs out. Alfred, is anyone seeing this trend? Pettersson, Hughes, and now Hoglander have scored their first NHL goal in the start of their respective seasons. I remember Pettersson did. I didn't know that about Hughes. That's pretty cool. Hello, Ethan. Finally, a Clay live stream. I content. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you being here. Horvat line was on fire. Clay, what a win. Besser was good tonight, indeed. John, your mom's doing better. That's awesome. I know she had a hip injury or she fell and broke her hip. I'm glad she's doing better. Clay in the house. Yeah. So I was only a couple minutes late. I'm so happy. Canucks have a good rookie every season. Who would it be next year? It would be Podkolzin next year. Hogs Dangles. Hello. Oh, my nephew Matthew is on here. Hello, Matthew. Nice to see you. Why are you up so late? Ethan, what do you think of Holtby? I thought he was fine. Can't blame him on any of the 3 goals. A lot of them were cross-ice passes. And remember, that's a good team we're playing against. Christian, if the Canucks can win these games without Miller, this team will be unstoppable. Well, it's early, but yeah, not bad for not having Miller. Besser, 2 goals, what a game. Patrick, hello. Hoglander. Okay, there's a lot here. I really appreciate it. Hey, Clay, I've been away for a while. TFK Louis, thank you, Louis, for being here. Happy New Year to you as well. Missing key players. Hi from Dallas. Hello, Maddie. Thanks for being here from Dallas. Thought on Holtby. I thought he was fine. Statement game. Yeah, every game's a statement game when you only have 56 games. Hey, Clay, how are you doing? Do you start right after the game? Arcel, I basically have about a 10-minute routine, recording a vlog, uploading in 2 places, thumbnails, setup, blah, blah, blah. But yes, I'll try and get here 10 to 15 minutes after the game ends. I know that the Canucks press conference is going on at the same time, but you can watch that later. I'm glad you guys are here. Or maybe you're watching them out of one, listening to them out of one ear and watching me out of the other. Yeah, I thought Myers was fine. Hoglander going to have one of many goals. Mott looking good on the PK. I agree with all you guys. Lefty didn't notice Schmidt. Yeah, that's a good thing. Sometimes you don't want your guys to be noticeable as long as they're doing what their job as defensemen. By the way, does it sound okay? The microphone's a little bit to the side, but I trust that it sounds okay and you know what I'm talking about. TJ Brody is bad for the Leafs, indeed. What else we got? Myers looked great. Didn't take a penalty, so maybe he's great. Hey, from Abbotsford, nice. Great PK. Thanks for being here, Jordan. Thanks to all of you for being here. Steve, Canucks played good overall. I agree with your comments on the Canucks players tonight. 4-4 penalty kill. That was impressive. Yeah, 4 for 4. They were really good. Is Hughes okay after McDavid? Yeah, actually, I wasn't looking at that, but Sean said it was my son Sean, who I was watching with, said it was a big hit, but a clean hit. I have to go look at it again. McDavid hit Hughes for no reason. Well, I'm sure McDavid was a little frustrated. We held him off the score sheet, as we should. Brady at the end of the broadcast. Anyone else pick up the broadcast and say, don't get used to this? Oh, I'm not sure. Were they referring to the fat Canucks winning? That's not nice. Tyson, I'm wearing my Horvat skate jersey. Nice. I'm wearing my Canucks skate t-shirt. Fangirl, I like Jake's game. Yeah, Jake was good. Brady says yes. Louis, nice preseason game. It was a real game. Defense of both teams were missing in action. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the second period in particular was really scrambly. I think that I hope you agree with me, when you put pressure on the Edmonton defense, they actually give up a lot of pucks behind the net on the sideboard. So the Canucks looked dangerous, and they had a lot of quick chances. They didn't bury all of them, but I thought they did really well. Score that Horvat off to a great start. Indeed. Contain McDavid and Draisaitl for the most part. I agree with all that. You know what I'm going to do? There's so many good things here. So many things. Hot. And I was wondering why the comments were even going crazier than usual. And that's because John brought some people over from Hot Take Hockey, which I appreciate. So to all of you here from John's stream, thanks for being here. And John, thanks for sending all these people over. And if you want to subscribe while you're here, I certainly would not complain. Yeah, HTH Raid, that's awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, this is what we're going to do. If you ask me a question, I will answer it. If you want to make a comment and disguise it as a question, I will answer it. But there's no way I'm going to catch up because I blabbed for too long at the start. You guys know that's my style. So if you want to ask me any questions in the chat starting now, I will answer them. But I'll focus on questions and I'll focus on any compliments that you give me. Just kidding. I'll focus on the question. Is Jeff Skinner good? Asked Noah. I'll start with this. Thank you, Hot Take, for the win, and good job to your Toronto Maple Leafs as well. That was a very entertaining game. Is Jeff Skinner good? He used to be good. He's still okay, but his best days are behind him for sure. And I'm not sure if he actually really got to the potential that he could have, but he was a solid player. He is a solid player still. Hot Take, shout out to you. Thank you. Nahal, did you hear the commentator say Dominic Roussel? Yes, Nahal, I heard him say Dominic Roussel, and I think he said that right in the first period, right? And then I did catch that very much. Harshan says, what is the NHL fantasy on? I'm not sure what you are asking with that. Maybe I missed something earlier, but thank you. Where is Anderson tonight? Not sure who you're talking about there. Fangirl, Clay, is it just me or did the commentators pause a lot? Is that they didn't know who was on the ice at the time? I thought they were okay. I can't pronounce his name, but I've heard him comment. I've heard him do other stuff on Sportsnet before. I thought he was fine. It was his first game, national game, so I thought he was pretty good. He wasn't the best, but I thought he was fine. I think that's a really, really hard job. Okay, now we got the questions coming. Here we go. Rayleigh, thoughts on how Jake did on the first line with Besser and Pettersson? I thought he was pretty good. He hit the post at one time, and I think they didn't do so well in the first half of the game in terms of Corsi, i.e. shots against, shots for, but I thought they got better as the game went on, and he didn't. None of the goals were his fault. In fact, I'm not sure. I don't think that first line was on for any of the goals by Edmonton. So I thought Jake was fine. Ethan says, yo, just subscribe. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone who has subscribed for the first time tonight. Debut happy enough with Jake's place in the top line? Yep, for tonight, debut Hunter, I thought he was fine. Devontae Culpepper, oh, nice to see you. If Eriksson retires and clears up the cap space, who should the Canucks acquire? That's a good question, but there's a lot of players you could name. Are there any good free agents out there anymore? I'm not sure, but I don't think Eriksson's going to retire, especially right now. We still have him actually not even on the taxi squad, not even Utica. He's actually on the active roster, but because of JT Miller, but he was a healthy scratch tonight. Noah, do you think Schmidt and DeBrincat are good for fantasy? Oh, I see. DeBrincat I have on my keeper league. That means it's a year-to-year league, so I've been happy with him. Schmidt, I don't think he's the biggest point getter, so if I had a choice between those two, I'd say DeBrincat would be better than Schmidt for a fantasy team. You guys are asking a lot of questions. That's good. Thoughts on Virtanen? Oh, Kim, I feel bad. I never have any questions. I wanted to pop in and leave a lot. Thank you, Kim. For you, I will make an exception. Well, no, I don't have to make exceptions for anyone. I appreciate you being here, Kim, especially anyone who's 3 hours ahead. Shout out to you, everyone on the East Coast. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing at 1 a.m. watching me, but I appreciate you being here for sure. Again, people asking about Virtanen, so I've given my thoughts. I thought he was fine. He wasn't amazing, but he was solid and didn't make any defensive mistakes. That's good. Next, will John and John be commentators later? Yeah, I'd expect them to be commentators when the Canucks play at home. But it looks like, my guess is Sportsnet's going to have a crew for each of the home cities, and then they call those games. That would make the most sense to me, as opposed to having John and John travel to all the away games. But we'll see. But I anticipate John and John will do the home games for Vancouver. Nahal, do you think Hoglander will be a Calder nominee? Imagine Besser, P.D. Hughes, and Hoglander Podkolzin. Yeah, I said this on my live stream on Monday night. I think it's too much to expect from Hoglander, but he played the part tonight. He looked really, really good. So one game's obviously too early to tell, but I think it would be amazing if we had 4 straight Calder finalists and maybe a 5th with Podkolzin. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it sure is a great statement, a confirmation, an affirmation of the drafting that the Canucks have done over the past few years. Rob, thoughts on Hoglander's debut? Thought he was great. Getting to the net, that deflection on the power play in the first period, his long pass to Pearson on the Horvat goal, which I still think he should got an assist for, and of course his goal going to the net. You can tell that he's got a nose for the net, and I thought he was great. Andrew, where is Joe Thornton tonight? He played for Toronto. I'm not sure if you're saying that he was invisible. I noticed him a little bit. Tayyab, Garrett and Shorthouse commentating. Like I said, I think that's going to be a home for home games. Garrett, how do you think Juolevi played? I thought he was fine. He had that giveaway in the second period, but he made a couple good plays on Draisaitl, and he didn't. He played 10 minutes, so I don't think he looked out of place at all. And I think it's a baptism by fire. We need him to get good, and he will get good right away. He'll need to. So I thought he was fine. I thought he was good. All right, so I'm telling you right now, if Hoglander stays healthy, he'll be up for the Calder. What do you think, Clay? So early to say. There's going to be so many good rookies like Lafreniere, like Byfield, maybe Zegras. So there's going to be tough competition. But if he plays like tonight, why not? Why not? But like I said, it's very, very early. Brock now on pace for 112 goals. Yeah, Joel, I'm not sure if he's going to reach 112, but he looked great tonight. Justin says Virtanen had that solid back check. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Moritz going to do a cover song for Hoglander. Also, what a way to start the season. Greets good morning from Austria. Well, Moritz, thank you for being here all the way from Austria. You get the international award for tonight. And I'm not sure if we're going to do a cover song. I want to wait till I am able to see Marie in person. We did that fun COVID one, the quarantine one for Christmas. So we'll see. By the way, remember on Monday, I was trying to tease that I was going to maybe get to the home opener, maybe with an anthem singer of mine, a friend of mine. Well, it turns out that's not going to happen. So I'm glad I didn't brag that it was going to happen. But she will be doing a game. Marie will be doing a game by the end of the month. So it sounds like I'll be able to see a Canucks game live by the end of the month, just not the home opener. And that's kind of what I talked about on Monday night. Nahal, what were your thoughts on Myers? I thought his game was solid. Yeah, I thought he was good. The goal that Yamamoto scored on that centering pass from Draisaitl, both Juolevi and Myers maybe want to have that one back. But overall, I thought he was fine. Patrick Starr, do you think taking Miller off the first line will help Besser score more? No, I don't. Because I think Miller, although he's a good sniper, he's also an excellent playmaker. He's a wonderful passer, especially from, you notice he's a great passer from the face-off dots down, behind the net, along the goal line. So no, I don't worry about Miller taking some of Besser's goals away. I think he will set up a lot more of Besser's goals. Great question though. Inferno says the Johns will call the game tomorrow. This one was the national broadcast. Okay, there we go. So maybe that's a good point. So maybe we'll get John and John for tomorrow as opposed to all home games. Thanks for that, Inferno. Hot take. Not sure if you answered, but what are your thoughts on Hamonic and his 2 penalties, his role? John, I thought he was okay for a first game, but you can tell he hasn't played in 11 months. And it's tough to check, obviously, Connor McDavid. So I expect him to get sharper, get his game legs under him as we get going. So I thought he was okay. I actually noticed Hamonic, especially in the first 2 periods, his shot. He was getting some one-timers off from the blue line. So I thought he was okay. Okay, guys, just getting back to where I was. Oh, here we go. Some comments on Miller. That Miller freeing up possession time for Brock. Jaskran, do you think that Vancouver will make the playoffs by judging this game? Even by not judging this game, I had them pegged as 3rd in the division. I had Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg. That was my first prediction. I'm going to stick to that. So yes, I have them making the playoffs as the 3rd place team. Noah says DeBrincat or Kubalik. Ooh, as much as I like DeBrincat, I think Kubalik may be actually the better player. Heart from Kim. Same to you, Kim. Thank you. Canucks will make the playoffs. They have a 4 out of 7 chance. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, technically they do, but obviously there's some skill involved in that as well, not just odds. Isaac says 7 a.m. here. Well, thank you. Isaac, where are you coming from? That's awesome. 1 a.m. for me. Chill for a while. Thank you, guys. 150 in the chat. Let's go. Yeah, never have that many. Of course, that's 10% of what John gets, but that's cool. Vertan made a couple of defensive mistakes. He was average. Totally lost in the line. Lefty, I don't think he was that bad. Mark says, great start to the season. I agree. Michael says, will we hear John and John? Apparently, we're going to hear them as early as tomorrow. Liam, anyone know where the post-game media availability live stream can be found from the Canucks? Usually, Liam, they put it on their Twitter account as opposed to their YouTube or their Facebook. It's always, at least through preseason, through training camp, it was on their Twitter account. Jaskran says, do you miss the John and John commentating? I do. I think they're great. I think they're outstanding, and there are guys, but it's nice to hear other guys once in a while, but not all the time. Andrew says, what happens to the Devils prospects? They still have time. You're talking about the Jack Hughes of the world and Nico Hischers. They'll develop for sure. Steven says, thought on Holtz? I thought he was fine. I thought he was good. I don't think you can fault him on any of the 3 goals that were scored on him. Defensive breakdowns or cross-ice passes. I thought Holtby was fine. Peter Hughes, there are rumors of betting looking for a top 6 winger. Do you think the Canucks need one? When you score 5 goals, you wouldn't think so, and that was without JT Miller. If Hoglander can be the real deal, then no, I actually don't think we need one. And I would actually want to beef up our bottom 6 somehow. But Roussel, Beagle, Sutter, those guys not really tradable. McEwen barely had any ice time tonight. Gaudette as well, even though Gaudette scored a goal. Some really good questions in here, guys. Thank you. Landon says that commentator was awful. Lefty all around says Ulevi looked a little shaky, but 10 minutes is better than the 6 minutes he played against Minnesota. Debut Hunter, any line changes or inclusions you'd like to see for tomorrow? No, I wouldn't change the lineup. You usually wouldn't change the lineup on a back-to-back unless someone's hurt or sore, especially after you won. I expect Edmonton maybe to make a couple changes, but I don't think the Canucks will make any changes because except for maybe putting Demko in net. But if Holtby feels good, I would not be surprised if they went back to Holtby as well, because then the next game's on Saturday in Calgary. So no, I wouldn't make any line changes. I think the only thing you'd look at is maybe changing the goalie. Jaskran, thoughts on Holtby? I answered that. Thank you. Alfred, thought there's a McDavid breakaway in the second period and got hooked by Hamonic. Do you think it would have been a penalty shot or a minor penalty. I think the minor penalty was fine. It's not like McDavid was in the clear completely. I know the guys on the panel debated it in the second intermission. I was fine with that call as a penalty as opposed to a penalty shot. Rebel Gaming, would you keep Roussel? I think he's got some game in him left. He was decent on the forecheck. Yeah, I'd keep him. If you're meaning as opposed to Taxi Squad or Utica or Wade, I don't think they would do that. So yeah, I'd keep him. He can still be a contributor, and he's learning the penalty kill. And the penalty kill didn't get scored on today. He replaced Louis Eriksson playing with Brandon Sutter. Zegers is starting the AHL. I didn't know that. Thank you. I thought Gaudette's top shelf goal was a beauty considering a bouncing puck. Your thoughts? Yeah, Gaudette he can snipe, especially in that area kind of around the front of the net. He's not the best deker. He's not going to do crazy shots from the point. Well, why would he? He's a forward. But from the net front and in the slot, I think Gaudette's got a good release. And that's why he almost scored half a point a game last year or a point every 2 games. Edmund says, off topic, what do you think of the James Harden trade? Crazy. When you're in the NBA, basically you can demand where you go. And I couldn't keep track of all the assets that got moved today. Rebel says, should they get rid of Roussel? No, I don't think they should. Rob says, great game tonight. Top 2 rookies for fantasy. I'd go Lafreniere. And I think Byfield will be good. I think Stützle will be really good. Maybe you go Lafreniere and Stützle, maybe. Thoughts on Holtby? A bunch of you asking. I have answered that now. Thank you. Braden comments on James Harden. He's a good player. I don't know if he's a bit of a whiner, but now I kind of don't want Brooklyn to win now. That's for sure. Rio says, yo, let's go. Score that Horvat strikes again. All right, so Clay, for me, the Canucks D looked a lot more solid than at any point last year. Would you agree? Yeah, I think the defense is better. You basically said bye to Tanev, Stetcher, Fantenberg, and you brought in Schmidt, Hamonic, Julevi. I thought Schmidt was nondescript in his play, meaning it was fine. I thought Julevi was pretty good for a rookie, and I thought Hamonic was rusty, but overall, I think they're really good. And this is the best defense we probably had in about 8 or 9 years for sure. By the way, I love seeing that there are 160 people in here right now. Thank you for being here, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And like this video if you haven't liked it already. By the way, John from Hot Take was telling me that the live stream, Streamlabs widgets are down. So when someone subscribes, it's supposed to have this cute Elias Pettersson gif, but I guess that's not working right now. But I appreciate everyone that has subscribed tonight and anyone who's liked the video and the fact that you're here. I really appreciate that. So we've gone for about 28 minutes already, which is pretty good. My goal is to wrap all these up within 45 minutes. So we'll go for 15 more minutes. Nathan from the Philippines, but living here now. My hockey buddy on Twitter. Hi, Tito Clay. Hello, Nathan. Glad you're here. And why are you up so late too? So all my nephews are on here and it's 10 o'clock, but that's fine. Michael, I liked how Hoglander played tonight. What do you think? I thought he was great. He did not look nervous at all. He actually looked nervous before the game. The cameras caught him like staring over at the Edmonton side, but I guess maybe I'd be in all too if I was on the same ice as McDavid and Draisaitl. Although I'm not sure why I'd be on the ice with McDavid and Draisaitl, but I thought that was good. By the way, don't you think that Dominic Cahoon, I heard his name more than anyone on the Oilers tonight. He was pretty solid. I think he was playing on Draisaitl's line, but his name was mentioned so many times, at least a dozen times, I think. TFK Louis, Clay, who are you going to cheer for with the Seahawks out? In terms of my pools, I want either Kansas City or Green Bay, but actually I do like the New Orleans Saints. Ray Bro, my analysis for the Oilers, they need to convert on power play. Defense needs to be tighter and better transition. Thanks, Ray Bro. I know you are Oilers fan, so I appreciate that. Do you think the Oilers will go 1-1 tomorrow? No, I think the Canucks are going to win again. That's my prediction. I predicted 4-2, so I was off 1 goal for each because it was 5-3. But I'm pretty biased, of course. Whoa, there's a lot of comments in here. I thought I was doing good catching up, but maybe not. Okay, I'm going to go back to questions. G Singh, who do you think is going to win tomorrow? Canucks. And I'm going to say 4-2 again. I'm going to keep saying 4-2 until they actually win 4-2. When is our first home game? Michael, it's Wednesday night, January 20th, hosting Montreal. That's what it is. Wednesday night. So we got a few games against Montreal, then a few games against Ottawa. Sam, do you ever bet? No, not on sports at least. I played in casinos before, a little bit of blackjack, pai gow, poker, but no, I don't bet on sports. Isaac, I'm from Sweden, here for Hoglander's first game. That is awesome. Thank you, Isaac, for being here. That is great. Hey, Parker Pucks, I'll be watching everyone subscribe to Parker's Pucks here on YouTube. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber, a lot younger and better looking than I am, so a member of the GLCPC. Sometimes vlogs from his car as well, but make sure you give Parker's Pucks a follow, a sub, because he's doing some really cool Canucks content. Justin says, Clay, last live stream you said we likely won't see Podkolzin with the team this year. Signing and quarantine means maybe May, which could be a late season playoff debut like best. Yes, I was speaking about the regular season, but that's true. He could join us for the playoffs. When will you get Mills back? Depends. It could be as long as 2 weeks is his quarantine. Justin says, if so, who slides out and slots in? What's the shuffle? Justin, let's worry about that when we get closer. It really depends on how the team is playing and who's injured and who isn't. Jaskran, do you think Oli will make an impact to this team? No, but I don't think he has to. He just has to play a solid third pairing role. Nick says, so another question about John and John. Apparently they're going to do tomorrow night's game, so that's good to know. You're delirious. I just had a major surgery. I'm in the recovering room watching. Wow. You're delirious. That is commitment. So thank you for doing that. Do you want to share what your surgery is, or if that's too private, that's fine. But know that we're sending you our prayers, at least I am, and good wishes. And I appreciate you being here. That's amazing. And the nurses are probably saying to you, turn that thing off. But that's okay. You have to start Demko, Clay, on back-to-back. Yeah, Adir, that's my guess. But I've seen players play, especially if they play really well. But yeah, there's no need to start Holtby back-to-back right at the start of the season. That's the whole point of having two good goaltenders. No, I agree with you for sure. Jed says, hey, Clay, great game. Hoglander for the Calder. We'll see. Edmund, who do you think will get their first goal as a Canucks first? Hamonic, Schmidt, or Ulevi? If I had to pick one of those guys, I'd say Schmidt, then Hamonic, then Ulevi. Phil, Clay, what's the biggest difference from this year's Canucks compared to last year? Well, the biggest difference, when you look at the guys who left, it's on D, right? Well, obviously goaltender, it's Holtby, not Markstrom. That's a big difference. But the biggest difference is on D. You have three players that are new, right? Three of the defenders tonight were new: Schmidt, Hamonic, and Ulevi. So that's the biggest difference. But I think they're going to play the same way. And we saw a lot of that today. Gritty, fast, capitalize on chances, rely on good goaltending. Landon, do you see Draisaitl and McDavid together tomorrow? No, Landon, I think they had fine success last year with them split up, and I don't see them going away from that after one game. Adir, do you think the Lotto line has the potential to be the best line in the NHL? Yeah, I saw a stat in The Athletic that said they're using some sort of metric, advanced stats metric. They're the third best top line in the league. So I could see them being top three. Best in the league, that's pretty high. There's some really good lines out there, but they're definitely top five for sure. Nick, no problem for being late. Glad you're here. Sonny, Miller's absence is a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it's a chance for people to step up for sure. Michael, who's in net for us tomorrow? Bets on Demko. Anthony, what do you think the Canucks' biggest weakness is? Their bottom six. I think their D is strong. I think their goaltending will be fine. Top six is very strong, among the best in the league, or at least in the middle of the pack. I think the bottom six is the weakest part of our game. Samuel says, great game. I agree. Andrew said, did Cale Makar had a good game? I'm not sure, actually. I haven't followed the Colorado-St. Louis score. Lefty says, it hurts, but I'm okay. Okay, good. I'm glad. Off topic, what do you think Brooklyn will be an overpowering team? I'm not sure, Jaskran. I don't follow the NBA as much, but I just don't like it when people build super teams, quite frankly. Canucky 217, what do you think about Ulevi? I thought he was fine for a first game. 30 more likes for 100. Now we only need 10 more likes for 100. That's great. Rob says, when the playoffs start, do we just play teams from Canada until the conference finals? So that means we have a team in the Final Four. Yeah, so Rob, don't think of it as conference finals. There's no such thing as conference finals. There are 4 divisions. Each division produces one team, right? 4 versus 1, 3 versus 2, winners play. Each of the 4 divisions produces a winner, and then those are your 4 finalists. They seed them 1 through 4 based on points in regular season. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. So we could see a Vancouver, Colorado Stanley Cup final, for instance, or a New York Rain, whatever, like a Philadelphia versus Tampa Bay. So don't think of it as conferences. Think of it as 4 divisions. I hope that makes sense. What do you think of Kevin Bieksa being on the panel? I think he's good. His jokes are sometimes hit and miss, but generally, I really like his analysis, his attitude. I think it's a good mix for sure. Nick says, great following tonight, Clay. Well deserved. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be doing these post-game live streams. Don't forget, tomorrow will be an hour earlier because the game is an hour earlier. And yeah, I think the game ended around 9:35 or so. And I got on here by 9:52. So I think about 15 minutes is about right. Crazy game. Going to try and catch up a little bit, but I don't think I will. Looking for more questions. The questions make it a lot easier. Are you going to be doing these live videos after all Canucks games? Yes, Jess Grant. I looked at my schedule, at least for January. I can do all the games in January. I think there's only one game in February that I can't do. Actually, it's on February 1st of all games, but of all days. But I'm going to try my best to do them. And if I can't, I'll leave some notice. And yeah, I appreciate you being here. I don't expect you guys to be here every game, but it's a chance for us to connect a little bit for sure. Looking for more questions. John says, Nick Robinson didn't make the Leafs. Why not? I did not know that he didn't make the Leafs. That's good. I almost took him as my rookie in one of my pools. Hell of a shot. Hey, Clay, what's up? Hello, my friend. Good to see Old School Bester tonight. Yes, he was great. Oscar says, hope you're doing well. Thank you, Oscar. I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. Are you Oscar you or a different Oscar? I can't tell from the pictures. It's so small. Bester's first goal, says Nick, was like beer league defense. Don't you guys think? Yeah, Edmonton's whole defense is not that great. And you saw that in the first goal when 3 of them were converging on Pearson on the side. Yeah, Parker's pucks. Better looking is a real exaggeration here. Oh, you're too nice. Some hello to Robs, which is awesome. TFK, Parker's pucks car vlog is quite good. I think he has learned from the best. I think he's already passed the best because his car is a heck of a lot nicer than mine. That's for sure. But that's okay. I don't think Parker's got a wife and 3 kids yet. But I don't want to make any presumptions. What am I saying here? I hope he looked average. Yeah, Mark, I thought he was fine though. I thought he was good. Peter Hughes says, that's good. You don't do sports bet. You don't want to be like Evander Kane, who has a gambling addiction. Yeah, those things can turn really quickly for sure. You're delirious. It was on my leg to make it go flat because I'm on my toes. I have a disability called cerebral palsy. Yes, so this is supposed to help. Well, definitely prayers for you for a quick recovery. Thanks for watching in the I want to say delivery room. You're not having a baby in the recovery room. I appreciate that. Looking for some more good questions here. Blue Mander says, do you collect hockey cards? No, I used to. And my family has a rookie Gretzky. It's not in mint condition, so we're not going to make tens of thousands of dollars, but I should ask my mom where that is right now. Ocean, was there any update on Harlock? Wasn't listed on the roster or taxi squad. Yeah, that's because he's on the injured list already, Ocean. Okay, we're going to go for 7 more minutes. I'll try and catch up on these questions. I think I'm almost there, actually. Late to the stream, says John, but is Pettersson's pass and second Besser goal being discussed because it violated all laws of God and man? Yeah, that bank pass, it was good. We had a lot of nice passes. Pearson's 2 nice passes on his assists. Then we had the Hughes from his butt, and then Pettersson. Yeah, there were some really, really nice goals tonight for sure. Justin, Clay, do you see us somehow remedying our bottom 6 even with the bloated contracts, issues, and so many prospects fighting for spots? Would a rental maybe harm team ethos? No, I don't think a rental would harm team ethos, but it's just hard to get under these tough contracts, right? You can't put all the guys in the minors, and Sutter, Roussel, Beagle, they all do, right? I just named 3 of our 4 penalty killers. So I guess when they play okay, they're not bad, but they're not as dynamic as, say, other bottom 6s. Even when you have Virtanen on the third line with Gaudette and Roussel, there's potential there. We see it in Gaudette for sure. but they're just not as dynamic, especially when you take Virtanen out of that bottom six because he had to play in the top. Epic Tree, Wynn will Miller be back 2 weeks, so we got about 7 or 8 games without him, which sucks. That's more than 10% of the season. Rome, did anyone grab the puck for Hoglander's first goal? Yes, they showed it on the broadcast. Jaskran, hope John and John will commentate most games. They're really good. They are very good. We're very blessed. Jed, you think there's any changes to the lineup aside from Demko? Nope. I think it's just going to be Demko. That's it. And Oscar, it is Oscar. You're awesome. Nice to see you, Oscar. I hope you're doing well. Mustafa says, Clay, you're back. Mustafa, I never left. I've always been here. I think you're the one who's back, but thank you. But yes, unless you're talking about my back when you say you're back, but I'm not sure what's up with my back. I'm not sure how you can see it, but that's cool. Shannon says, good night. Thank you, Shannon, for being here. Last Resort just got here. No problem. You can watch the replay. It was a fun game. How do you feel about Nate Schmidt? I felt we saw flashes of his passing and transition game, which makes me excited. He was noticeable, but not overly noticeable because he wasn't too flashy and he didn't have any bad defensive gaffes. He got hit in the face with the puck. But overall, yeah, I saw some good passing, and I can see how well he skates. So, some good passes through the neutral zone. I thought he was fine. He wasn't amazing, but I thought he was good. I thought all of our guys were good for their debuts, were solid, and Hoglander being the best of all of them. Lyndon, yes, I agree with all your comments about our players for sure. Greener was wearing a mask. Yes, it's a new rule that all the coaches have to wear a mask as well. Lefty, do you agree with me that Hoglander is the third best eye for the net on the team behind Pettersson and Hughes? Early to say, but yeah, I like the way that he goes to the net and he's fearless that way, which is really, really good. TFK Louis, you think Quinn Hughes will have a better season than Makar? Makar played 23 minutes tonight and 0 across the box score. Louis, not going to base it on one game. I thought Hughes had his moments, some mostly good, but a couple of rough ones as well. I noticed, I think when he's skating through the neutral zone, maybe he thinks that no one can catch him, but he got caught from behind a couple times, but he's also quick enough to get back. He's not the fastest skater, A to B, but it's the way he pivots and his edge work, right? And the way he turns. So I don't know if he's going to have a better season than Makar. A lot of people are picking Makar to be in the Norris Trophy discussion, which is crazy. Epic Tree, what are your season expectations for Hoglander? For 56 games, if he plays in the Mall, for instance, if he gets 20 points, I'd be very happy with that. 20 points, maybe 8 goals and 12 assists. And he's on his way there, obviously, already. All right, we need to hunt down the guy who dropped a dislike. That's not very positive of them. That's okay. I'll survive. The ratio is pretty good, and that kind of stuff doesn't sweat me. But Parker's Pucks, you're great. And you look pretty built, so I will have you on my team anytime. Parkers, did you do your post-game recap already, or are you doing it later? I'll make sure I check it out. Let me know in the comments because I want to make sure I watch that later. How does it make you feel seeing Cassian succeed in Edmonton? Nick, I'm fine with it. I like Cassian when he was here, but his time had run its course here. I think he was a lot more immature when he was here, right? That was many years ago now, 6 years ago now. So I'm happy for him, as long as he doesn't hurt any of our guys. Thought on Louis Eriksson's performance tonight? Thought he was a standout. Yeah, it did not hurt the team at all. Raybro, Cahoon was quietly solid. Do you think he'll make an impact? Yeah, I just mentioned that I heard his name quite a bit tonight. Michael, no, just do your best. Come whenever you can to these streams. How did Horvat's breakaway not get any coverage or penalty 30 seconds before McDavid? Yeah, you mean how did it not get any coverage? Meaning, why didn't they cover it on the news? I'm not sure what you're asking there, Corey. Justin Clay, thoughts on that Hoglander, Besser, Pettersson, Horvat, Hughes opening first power play unit? I thought it was getting great and hope for more looks. Yeah, they only got 2 chances and they looked pretty dangerous. Besser had a couple good chances. Pettersson had a couple good looks, missed the net a couple times and had one blocked. But yeah, that unit's pretty good. And it was kind of funny. I know on the second time or the first time they had the power play, I think the second unit only got 15 seconds and they didn't even bother trying to get in the zone. They just made sure that they were set up for 5-on-5. Okay, it's 44-minute mark. We'll go last 5 minutes for sure. Do you think both teams were rusty due to not having any preseason games? Zess, yes, indeed, especially on the defensive end. How many points did Hoglander get this game? Rajwinder, he was credited with 1, his goal, but I still think he should have got a second assist on the Canucks' first goal. Any update on JT Miller? 2 weeks out because he was in close contact with Jordy Ben, who was the one who got tested for positive. It's still up for debate whether he actually has COVID because he had a negative, then a positive. And if you get one positive in the next 2 tests after your first positive, then you have to go into quarantine. And Parker's Puck says, yeah, it's up. Okay, I will check that out for sure. Tyler says, did you like the game? Of course I like the game. I always like when the Canucks win. Del Deuceman, all right, Clay, hi from Kelowna again. Nice to see you. Who, if anyone from the taxi squad, may be used tomorrow? Unless someone got banged up, which I doubt. I don't think anyone. I think you go with the same lineup and you put Demko in net. Did you like the defensive play at Canucks? Jaskrin, I thought it was fine. Last resort, thoughts on the new commentator? Seemed really nervous, but wasn't bad. Got Roussel's first name. Yeah, Dominic Roussel. As I said, that was his first national game. I think he was okay, but he's not our regular. I think it's because it was Wednesday night hockey on Sportsnet. Corey asking how there was no penalty on Horvat's breakaway, or did I miss it? You're right. There was no penalty, and there was definitely some grappling there for sure. Yeah, Rip and Kitten, Hamonic hasn't played in almost a year. Thoughts on Schmidt? I mentioned I thought he was good enough. Demko starts tomorrow. Kyle, that's my guess. Any thoughts on Myers? Mustafa, I thought he was good. He was solid. And there we go. Okay. I think we are just about there. So I've caught up. I know I skipped a whole bunch at the start. So this is the part where I start to say goodnight. You know what I love about you guys? We had 160 people on here, and I didn't even have to assign a moderator. And I think that's really good. It speaks to the maturity of you collectively. Or maybe I just missed a bunch of bad stuff, but I trust that you keep it real, you keep it mature, and I appreciate you guys being here. So thank you. Again, 5-3 Canucks win. Check out Parker's Pucks and check out my post-game vlog. I uploaded it just before I got on here, just 2 minutes. And if follow me on Twitter, you see it right on the screen, at Canuck Clay, on Instagram, at Clayton Nemo. I'll get you back. And yeah, I hope you join me tomorrow night when it'll be an hour earlier, but I hope to do as many of these post-game live streams as I can. So once again, thank you for joining me. I don't take you for granted. We had up to 160 people on here. Like this video before you go. Give me a sub before you go. And what a great start to the season. Canucks win 5-3. Can't wait to watch the game tomorrow night. I can't wait to meet you guys online tomorrow night as well. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I see a lot of nice comments. Thank you to all of you. Even if you're making fun of me, that's fine. I will check it out in a few minutes when I close the stream. And I realize when I press end stream, there's about 5 seconds of kind of, not awkwardness, but there's 5 seconds before it actually stops. So maybe I'll come up with a routine, a dance, or some hand symbols down the road. Okay, that's enough babbling. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go.